with War HOGG Tactical, and I want to take a couple minutes of your time and talk about the Archon Type B pistol. I've been part of the test and evaluation process for this pistol for well over a year now, and I just want to give you some of the features that the pistol has. To me, in my opinion, this is probably the best out-of-the-box pistol you're going to find. It is truly a shooter's pistol, and Archon has spared no expense from all of their thought processes in designing this pistol. So really, I want to start with kind of a top-down concept. So understand, when you get your Archon pistol, it's going to come in a box, in a cardboard box. It's going to come with this great carrying case here. And again, it's just not a throwaway. It's a quality design carrying case. Archon will supply you with 4 of their 15-round magazines in it. They'll give you a gun lock. They'll give you a marker so that you can even mark the bottom of your magazines. And then gun lock, manual, oil, marker, 4 mags, and the Archon Type B pistol. So what I want to do is just kind of cover the Archon in a top-down concept, starting from the sights, and we'll work our way down. So they've got a good, high-quality aftermarket sight on there. Has the good serrations in the back and the front, fiber optic sight in the front. They also have a night sight option as well. They went to the point where you've got a good purchase point in the back, so if you did have to manipulate your pistol one-handed, you've got a good point that you can capture that rear slide on to manipulate your pistol. Whether it's there, your holster, your belt, whatever you have to work with. Moving down to the slide of the pistol, it has a black nitride finish, and if you've noticed, it already has good serrations all along, so that I can grip it there. A lot of people, even for the front, I can do my presses in the front, and a lot of people ask, what is this crazy notch in the front? So what Archon has done is they've actually made a tactile touch point, so if I need to manipulate this pistol whether it's day or night, I've got a positive touch point that I can sit there and I'm not worried about my hand in front of the ejection port. Good serration on there, good positive grip no matter how you're trying to manipulate that slide. Moving down into the frame portion of the pistol, what Archon has done is they have this, if you look on there, it's kind of like this crazy texturing, and it's what they call grip mapping technology. They've actually used computer animation to go ahead and work this out so that the shooter will get the best grip on this pistol depending on whatever the conditions of his hands are, whether they're sweaty, muddy, dirty, or even bloody. They've got this grip mapping obviously on the grip here, and then tactile touch points on further in front of the frame, and then also for your thumb here as well. It has a nice high undercut, so again, when I'm getting my grip on the pistol, it securely goes up in there. No need for any extra stippling or milling or anything else of the frame. It actually just becomes the way you want. Has a nice beaver tail in the back here, and people ask, what is this little widget in the back? Well, what Archon has done is they've put this little piece here in the back so that now as you're getting your grip on the pistol, it automatically pushes on that tendon and will help you kind of get a better grip on that pistol. And then of course it has a Picatinny rail on the front so that you can put any light or laser that you're looking for in here. If you notice here as well, it has a nice mag well on there. There's no need for an aftermarket. They've flared it very nice, and magazines just go easily right in and easily right out. They've also added a lanyard style hole in the back, so for military units or law enforcement that require a lanyard on the pistol, that is available as well. So on the magazines, they've kind of taken that grip mapping, not so much the technology, but they have the square pattern on the bottom so that you can mark your magazines with the marker they provide for you. And again, it just has texture along the side so that as you're getting your magazine out, you've got a good positive grip on that magazine. When the magazine goes into the pistol, you'll see that there is a gap between the frame and that magazine, and it's designed for a purpose. What this gap does is, should you have dirt, debris, or anything like that when you're conducting your magazine change, it's not going to stop the mag from fully seating. Also, what it does is it prevents the shooter from getting that pinched portion between the frame and the magazine pad on the pistol. It also has an Ambidextrous Mag Release. What Archon has done is they have designed it in a way that either on a flat surface or in a holster, there's no way to get this magazine to release. It has to be released by that thumb. So you can see it sitting here on the table. If I press on this pistol, that magazine's staying in there, and that's by design. And literally it's just a simple, put the magazine in, and you can sit there and be able to get, you can flop either sides for your magazine release. It goes right back in. And again, it provided the ultimate tool for you to swap your mag release. So we're going to break it down here and kind of get into the meat, talk about the barrel, the AF speed lock, and then the actual frame of the pistol. So the gun's clear. I sit there and press my release. I pull my pin out. Move my grip and frame. So a lot of people struggle with, how do I get this recoil spring out and release from the AF speed lock? So what I found the easiest thing for me is just to sit there and pull back on the spring. I pull back on the spring, the AF speed lock comes out, and then we get our recoil spring. Now what Archon has done is, if you look at the recoil spring, it's a 3-spring system. You can swap out the spring if you need to. I don't see that you need a reason to, but if you're running a specific ammo type or maybe a suppressor and you want to tweak your gun a little bit, there is that function. If you noticed when I was doing my press checks earlier, it was very easy to move, and that's because of this whole three spring system. So when we look at the frame of the pistol, what Archon has done is they've actually taken and milled out this complete frame of the pistol. If you look at the rails are the entire length of that frame. Now, what you have to understand is, on the AF speed lock, the reason why this pistol is so reliable and so accurate is on the AF speed lock design. So let me talk about this patented AF speed lock design. So when you look at the pistol sitting here, and I move the barrel back and forth, you can see the wings go up and the wings go down, locking and unlocking. So where you see this locking mechanism, this pistol is completely different than your classic Browning tilt barrel design that needs to come down and go back up. And I'll show you where this is important. One, it's important because our accuracy, if you notice, we have our precision milled frame along with our barrel, and you can see right there how it sets right in and locks that barrel right into position. And I'll show you a quick way that you can test your guns here later on. But that locks right in, and this is where we get our accuracy from. Where we get our reliability in the Archon design, as you notice with the magazine in, this bullet just goes straight into the barrel. There is no tilting back and forth. It doesn't matter what ammunition you're using. It's basically going from magazine straight into the barrel. Alright, so we'll talk about reassembly here real quick. So again, my barrel's going in. Put my speed lock back in. And again, I find it easier just to take the recoil spring, and at this point I'm just driving it straight in and setting it into place. And again, you'll see as soon as I start putting this slide on, it's making instantaneous contact with those rails, and you can see the entire length of those rails going back. Get it into position, push my takedown pin back in, and I've got my pistol reassembled. So I want to talk about the trigger and how Archon has designed that. So it is a good, clean, crisp, flat trigger. And what you'll see with this trigger is it actually breaks at that 90-degree point. So you'll see my pistol's clear. As I start taking up the slack, I basically hit the wall. Transition over to this side. Basic transition, I hit the wall at that 90, and then it is literally a clean break from there to take your shot. Hear the sear re-engage, minimal take back up on there, and then it's right back, and it's right there ready to break it again, a good clean 90. The other point I want to bring up since I'm on this side is if you look where Archon has put their slide stop, it's in a position where it's nice that when I get my grip up here high, I cannot get it in a position like some other pistols. As a shooter, I get that good high grip and I run the risk of potentially not having my slide lock back. In this case, Archon has designed their slide stop in a way that you can still maintain that good high grip on your pistol and it's going to lock back each and every time. Alright guys, so this is where again, I said we'd talk about kind of where we get the accuracy portion and the tolerances that Archon has put into the pistol. So again, on a standard Browning tilt barrel design, that barrel has to tilt down. With the patented Asp Lock system, that barrel is staying in place, so it's going from the barrel and it's locking right into the frame. So a good, easy way to test this is if you notice, I will sit there and push on that barrel, and that barrel does not move. It does not move because, again, the frame and the barrel are machined in such a way that they are right there to have that barrel frame connection, and this is where we're getting that good accuracy from. So again, with the AF Speed Lock system, you can see that when I get my grip on the pistol, I have that good low bore access. So again, on a Browning tilt barrel design, the barrel has to sit higher just because of the natural design. With this AF Speed Lock, it brings the barrel down and you'll hear what people refer to as the low bore axis. So basically with this low bore axis, this bore is lowered to my hand so that now that I have better control on the pistol, which allows me to have minimal muzzle flip, and basically that slide is just manipulating back and forth, feeding rounds in there, and then as a shooter, I can just lock that gun in and it's just staying right in place with more or less that slide just cycling back and forth. You know guys, I gotta tell you this, for this pistol, for what it is, you're gonna go out, you're gonna buy this pistol, you're gonna get that bag, you're gonna get 4 magazines, and the only thing else you have to do is buy a holster. That's it. I've had this pistol, I've had to do nothing else to it. No milling, no machining, no adjusting, no nothing. Just pick it up and go shoot it. As you saw from the demo, yep, gun's dirty, that's fine. I mean, I shoot these things. These guns run, they're accurate. They are truly built to be a shooter's pistol. I mean, Archon has left out no details, and this thing will run like a champ. So I highly recommend that the next pistol you're looking to get would be the Archon Type B.